The military's contentious stop-loss program will be coming to a close soon. Defense Secretary Robert Gates on Wednesday called for an end to it. Master Sergeant George Maurer has more details on the change.
The Defense Department plan calls for the end of the current use of stop-loss starting this August. Stop-loss is the involuntary extension of a soldier's current enlistment. The Secretary called this an important step towards adapting the Army into an expeditionary force. He also said the factors which enabled this change in policy include high retention rates and the drawdown in Iraq.
And we are expecting the tempo of operations to be reduced over the next 18 months or so as we do draw down in Iraq. We will, as best I understand, we will be drawing down in Iraq over the next 18 or 19 months, significantly more than we are building up in Afghanistan.
The Army Reserve and National Guard will end stop-loss by August and September. The active duty Army will deploy without stop-loss by January 2010. Soldiers who are stop-loss before those dates will be paid an additional $500 a month to help offset the effects of placing future plans on hold. From the Pentagon, I'm Air Force Master Sergeant George Maurer.
Wednesday, the Secretary also announced that starting next month, the Pentagon will implement new policies at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware. He said whether or not media coverage is allowed when fallen troops return to the States will be up to individual families.
Should immediate family members wish to be present for the arrival of their fallen hero at Dover, and this can be done without unduly delaying the fallen's return to his or her own hometown, we will facilitate that travel and we will fund it.
And Secretary Gates has recommended President Obama re-nominate for a second two-year term both the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Michael Mullen, and the vice chairman, General James Cartwright. He also recommended the president nominate 3 flag officers to lead key geographic commands: Admiral James Stavridis for European Command, General Douglas Fraser for Southern Command, and Admiral Robert Willard for Pacific Command. Suicides increased dramatically again last year across the armed forces, and it will take a cooperative approach to stem the tide. Army Vice Chief of Staff General Peter Chiarelli testified before lawmakers Wednesday.
The reality is there is no simple solution. In fact, it is going to require a multidisciplinary approach and a team effort at every level of command and across all Army components, all services and jurisdictions, as well as cooperation with partners outside of our organization. And I can assure you, the members of this committee, that this challenge will remain a top priority for our Army's senior leaders.
General Chiarelli cited operational tempo and a tired military as factors in the Army's rising suicide rates. Coming up next on Around the Services, a drug used to help men with enlarged prostates could be key to preventing prostate cancer. But first, it's been almost 20 years since the end of communism in Bulgaria. Now U.S. troops are training together and building important friendships and military partnerships. Stick around, Sergeant Ashley Bryant is back with more.